Just like that, Kathy Engelbert, the WNBA, the team owners, the Players Association, in the split of an instance, all of it can change. In a split instance, all of it can change. If this injury does anything, it should be a wake-up call to the WNBA, the Players Association, the team owners, that just like that, all this fanfare, all this interest, all this newfound attention on the league can disappear overnight.
The WNBA seemed to think they could rough up Caitlin Clark every game, and fans would just sit there applauding like it was a middle school halftime show. Surprise twist. After Clark took hits like it was Game 7 of the NHL Finals, fans aren't just upset. They're boycotting as if referees had snatched their Black Friday deals. The league encouraged physical play, but now it's facing a full-court backlash. Who knew that chasing equality would mean getting elbows thrown at your MVP and ticket sales? Strap in, because this saga is just getting started.
It was just announced that Caitlin Clark will be out a minimum of 2 weeks with a quad injury. Could this injury have been prevented? Can the Indiana Fever win without her? And what does this mean for the WNBA?
The WNBA probably thought this season would be smooth and drama-free. Cute, right? Just when everything seemed perfect. Ratings climbing, jerseys selling like hotcakes, and every Fever game feeling like a Taylor Swift concert. Bam! Caitlin Clark's team decided to shake things up. Now she's benched, and fans are reacting like the planet just derailed from its orbit. Meanwhile, the WNBA is quietly freaking out behind the scenes while pretending all is calm. Spoiler, it's not.
In the back, we know Caitlin Clark was lost yesterday to an injury for at least 2 weeks. Now, the thing about it is they're going to reevaluate in 2 weeks. And of course, man, these teams, I told you earlier, these WNBA franchises that moved games like the Chicago Sky to the, United Arena, you're screwed. You're done. You're cooked. Nobody is going to show up to this thing. Chicago Sky can't sell out their own 9,000-something seat arena like it is. They couldn't when they were kind of decent.
2 weeks. That's how long Clark will be sidelined with a strained quad. Not torn, not broken. Just enough to turn the league's story upside down. Her thigh basically called in for a personal day. Meanwhile, the Fever star is cooling off on the bench as the WNBA scrambles to keep the spotlight. And the fan reactions? Let's just say they're subtle. If by subtle you mean a total public meltdown.
Oh my God, guys, breaking news. Caitlin Clark is hurt. I didn't believe it when I saw it myself. She's injured. She has a quad injury, a left quad injury. It's a quadriceps strain. And the team announced today, about 2 hours ago, she's going to be out 2 weeks at the minimum. 2 weeks. Without Caitlin Clark, this team is finished.
Clark's fans, the most diehard, merch-clad Twitter warriors since Michael Jordan's era, are already staging full-on emotional walkouts. They've turned a minor injury into a full-blown revolution. I'm not watching until Clark's back, they declare. According to them, the league is basically worthless without her. It's like the WNBA personally insulted their grandma and kidnapped their dog. Meanwhile, other players are waving, "Hey, we exist too," only for the internet to respond. Not the time, sweetie.
Breaking WNBA news. Caitlin Clark is out for a minimum of 2 weeks with a quad strain, and our next question is, what does this mean for the Fever? So CC is going to be missing the second Sky rematch since playing them the first weekend of the season, which is definitely a bummer, but on the bright side, this injury doesn't seem too bad. It's just some quad tightness. But fear not, Fever fans. We talked to Caitlin earlier this month, and she doesn't seem too worried about the depth of this roster.
So I think our depth is probably what I would worry about the most. You know, if somebody doesn't have it one night, you're just going to the next person on the bench and the next person. And, you know, we're going to have to be able to find a way to use that to the best of our ability.
Caitlin seems like she has faith in her team, but we will see how this squad performs on the court without their number one player.
And Indiana? Well, they're suddenly realizing what life feels like without their golden goose. The Caitlin Clark Show is temporarily off the air. Now Aaliyah Boston and Kelsey Mitchell are trying to keep the whole franchise afloat with nothing but grit and determination. Mitchell is playing like she's got 3 lungs. Boston is grabbing rebounds like she's wrestling ghosts. And Coach Stephanie White is rewriting game plans like she's in the Hunger Games. Somehow, the Fever might just survive. Mainly because the next few opponents have been about as intimidating as lukewarm soup. No offense, Chicago Sky. Okay, maybe a little offense.
It's the latter. It could mean that Caitlin Clark could potentially miss the rest of the season. This 2-week timetable that people are running with, that's just when Caitlin Clark is going to be reevaluated. As of now, she will be reevaluated on June 9th. That does not mean, and it's highly unlikely, that June 9th or shortly thereafter is when Caitlin Clark is cleared to return.
Let's be honest. The most entertaining part of the WNBA right now isn't the scoreboard, the highlight reels, or even the basketball itself. It's watching the league pretend the party's still going when the life of that party, Caitlin Clark, has been benched. Before her injury, Clark wasn't just part of the MVP talk. She was the talk. Sure, some tried to downplay her, calling her just a good rookie. But that's like saying Beyoncé is just okay at singing. Come on. Clark wasn't just racking up stats. She was single-handedly dragging an entire franchise back into relevance, like a one-woman rescue mission.
There's no way every team's going to come at them and try to take them out, especially without Caitlin. They're going to lose some games here, and that's going to set them back. It's really hard to believe this, but yeah, she's out. There's no other details. When did this happen? Could have happened in this game. We're not sure. Most likely at a practice yesterday, and she's out for 2 weeks.
She had it all. The ratings, sold-out arenas, celebrity shout-outs, screaming fans, and nosebleed section supporters rocking homemade glittery jerseys. Clark didn't just bring excitement. She rebooted the WNBA's entire algorithm. We're talking record-breaking views, arenas remembering what it's like to be packed, and merch flying off shelves faster than Taylor Swift tickets. And now, the Queen is temporarily off the court. Suddenly, everyone's pretending the MVP race is wide open, as if the rest of the league wasn't orbiting her gravitational pull just minutes ago.
Just as I started talking about Caitlin Clark being in the MVP race, it is announced that she suffered a left quad injury and she is going to miss at least 2 weeks. And this is such a bummer because the Fever were off to a great start this season. Caitlin Clark was playing out of her mind. She had already broken some records in the first 3 games, and now she's going to be sidelined for 2 weeks. We'll see how the team will hold up without her. Obviously, she's the primary ball handler, playmaker, and shot maker. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully they can sustain and just hold even at 500 or better, and she can get back and keep them in playoff contention.
If they can even sneak in a few wins, the Fever are about to become a real headache for the league. With Clark healthy, Boston confident, and Mitchell fired up, they could turn into a playoff spoiler with momentum like a freight train. So yes, Clark is out temporarily, but the WNBA is still rolling. Maybe even louder than ever, because every storyline is heating up at once. MVP drama, rising stars, fan feuds, conspiracy theories, and, of course, Clark's eventual triumphant return. Caitlin Clark's 2-week quad injury has fans panicking and boycotting, but the WNBA isn't collapsing, it's evolving. With Clark off the court, players like Angel Reese, Aaliyah Boston, and Kelsey Mitchell are stepping into the spotlight, showing depth, hustle, and star power beyond Clark. The league is finally proving it's more than one player, and fans are remembering overlooked talents like Brianna Stewart and Kala Copper. Merch slowed, ratings dipped, and haters went silent. But the drama and storylines are richer than ever. When Clark returns, it won't just be a comeback. It'll be a full-blown event, with revenge threes and silenced critics. The real losers are the fans who tuned out and missed the league growing in her absence. The WNBA survived, adapted, and is ready for the next test. 40 minutes of Clark reclaiming her throne.